Hey folks, welcome to Firefly's Follies. I know this is not the way that you're used to seeing me, and I hate that I'm having to make this video, but I feel like it's time. I'm not normally in front of the camera. You normally just see my hands and fingers and arms, and I kind of like it that way, but for this, I feel like I need to face all of you and just put it all out there. And that's simple. The fearmongering and the hate in the comments has to be addressed. I'm sure some of you have noticed that there haven't been as many canning videos lately, and that's because I have spent a few weeks deleting lots of comments and responding to a few that all tell me and the people who watch my channel that I'm going to kill people and that I'm spreading foodborne illnesses, including botulism. So I had to go do some research. I had to go do a lot of research. And I did finally realize that it was about a dozen or so people who had subscribed to the channel and then started going through every video making comments. And honestly, I'm not sure why anybody would feel the need to do that, but regardless, those comments have all been blocked. I think have all been deleted, I think. And those people have been blocked. And if they come back and start doing it again under another name, I'll block them again. There have also been a couple of regular subscribers comment that you can't do that because the NCHFP says not to or the Ball Book says not to. But I'm just going to be blunt. Neither of those agencies buy and deliver my food. They don't work in my little garden. They don't cook my meals or in any other way contribute to my household. So I do not have to follow their rules if I choose not to. This is still a free country and it is still my kitchen. If you're a regular subscriber and you feel that this is in some way directed at or attacking you, I am genuinely sorry. I will say that this is not directed at any particular person. It is going out to everyone and anyone who views my videos. I have a channel that features the old ways of doing things. By definition, this includes rebel canning, which is not necessarily endorsed by any of the alphabet agencies. That's including but not limited to the National Center for Home Food Preservation, the USDA, the FDA, or the Ball Bible. I'm not telling anyone to follow my process. In fact, I tell you that this is not an instructional video, and I encourage everyone to do the research for themselves and do what they're comfortable with in their kitchen. My personal opinion is that untested does not mean unsafe, and there's a shortage of testing some of the home processes that I use and or the things that I can. I choose to do them regardless. That doesn't mean I break every rule. I'm not going to process chicken for 15 minutes and hope for the best because I'm having a busy day. There are a lot of us that choose to do the things that we do the way that we do them. My family's done them for generations without issues. I've done them for years without issues. They're done in other countries that don't have the alphabet agencies without issues. Now, if there's a study out there that can show me results, legitimate test results, and a real reason not to do something, I'll go research that study and I'll decide if I need to change how I'm doing something. For example, there was research done that showed that canned pureed pumpkin was dense and that it didn't always reach the needed temperatures to be considered safe. They published those test results that showed in numerous tests it did not maintain a proper temperature for enough time. Now I can my pumpkin in cubes and puree it when I'm ready to use it. Now let's talk a little bit about botulism. Botulism is serious. Botulism is a rare but potentially deadly neuroparalytic disease. It's caused by a toxin that attacks the body's nerves. Symptoms of botulism usually start with weakness of the muscles that control the eyes, the face, the mouth, and the throat. And then that weakness can spread to the neck, the arms, the torso, and the legs. Botulism can also weaken the muscles that let you breathe, and it can lead to difficulty breathing and even death. So, some statistics from the CDC, and I'm leaving a link in the description below for anyone who wants to go and take a look and verify for themselves. But statistics from the CDC. There are, on average, 110 cases of botulism reported in the U.S. each year. Approximately 70% of those cases are infant botulism and are not foodborne. That leaves an average of 33 cases a year, of which 30 to 40% are wound botulism and are not foodborne. That leaves about 22 foodborne cases per year, and about half of those are among the Alaskan Native tribes and are associated with dried and fermented fish. That means that there are about 10 to 11 cases of foodborne botulism in the U.S. each year, and most are from commercially prepared and or mishandled foods. Now, the CDC defines an outbreak of botulism as 2 confirmed cases or more. Statistics are not published on the CDC website beyond 2019, so exact statistics from the CDC are not available, but other sources indicate that even in the past 2 years, with the increase in home canning and preserving that we've seen, the numbers are not changing. Nothing is listed for 2020, and 2 major outbreaks of salmonella were published in 2021. In the last 21 years, the foodborne outbreaks of botulism, again, 2 cases or more, are as follows. In 2001, there were 14 cases from consuming a commercially prepared chili in Texas. In 2007, there were 10 cases that affected multiple states from consuming commercially prepared Castleberry's hot dog chili. In 2015, there were 19 cases that resulted from a homemade potato salad at a potluck picnic in Ohio. In 2016, and this was the largest outbreak found in the records, there were 31 cases from consuming Pruno, which is an illegal jailhouse alcohol brew that was brewed up and consumed by inmates at a federal prison in Mississippi. In 2017, there were 10 cases that resulted from commercially prepared nacho cheese sauce that was sold in a gas station in California. Now, from Medscape, not the CDC, but Medscape, in 2019, health departments reported 18 cases of foodborne botulism, 17 laboratory confirmed and 1 probable. Alaska reported the most cases, and 7 cases were part of an outbreak. The CDC, however, estimates that each year, 48 million people get sick from a foodborne illness. 128,000 are treated and or hospitalized, and about 3,000 die. Botulism does not even crack the top 10, but E. coli, Salmonella, Cyclospora, and Listeria do. All the recent outbreaks of those happy little bugs, and let's just look at the last 5 years, and more than 100 cases to call it an outbreak, all of those recent outbreaks have been from commercially processed store-bought foods. Most other cases are from improperly prepared foods in restaurants. Nonetheless, with an increase in home canners over the past couple of years, I did notice that the CDC has added a page to their website linked from the botulism page that specifically addresses home canning and botulism. Of all the cases reported, I found 2 cases from eating improperly prepared asparagus in 2006. But I didn't find much of anything in the past 20 years from improper home canning. When I quote these statistics to people, they are just amazed that there are not more cases of home canners, and especially rebel canners, killing people with their foods. I would say with statistics like that, we're a lot safer about food than the reliable commercial processors. I've worked for the commercial processors. I've worked in a spinach processing factory. I've worked in a pickle factory, and I've worked in the poultry industry. And all of them allow a certain amount of bug, snake, and vermin in their processing. I allow 0 in mine. I've even had people try to tell me that growing my own vegetables isn't safe because I use manure and compost. It's what I've used for years. It's what I'm going to keep using. The fearmongering was to keep us dependent on the supply chain. And unfortunately, it has worked so well that there are people who will starve before they break a rule. Back to the reason that I started this video to begin with, please, if you're going to leave comments on the videos, don't leave fearmongering comments. Don't talk about how we're going to kill people or we're spreading foodborne illness. In 52 years, I have never made anyone sick with my cooking, and I've certainly never killed anyone. The only time that I personally have had food poisoning was from takeout. Do the research and do what works for you in your kitchen. You should never take my word or anyone else's word for what is or is not the right thing for you. Y'all, thank you so much for watching today. Be kind to each other. Have a great day.